did the FBI come asking about your children? When my 19-year-old son Hector dropped out of law school to become a contract killer, my wife and I thought it was some kind of sick joke. We had mortgaged our house twice to pay for his pre-law degree just for him to throw it all away, but we decided to give him the benefit of the doubt and let him keep living at home while he figured things out. We hoped we were wrong about Hector's new job, that he was really just working security like he claimed. But then he converted our basement into what he called his equipment room, and we'd hear the screams of the people he brought home who we then never saw again. That's when we knew he was making people disappear. My wife and I did our best to keep our younger son Kevin away from whatever was going on down there. Over the next 2 years, Hector became quite successful in his security business, driving around in expensive cars and wearing $1,000 suits. The phone calls at all hours were disturbing though. I'd hear him downstairs at 3 a.m. saying things like, "Yeah, I can make that problem disappear by Thursday. Cash only. No questions asked." He'd come home sweaty with blood on his knuckles. Soon there were more guns in our house than people. As much as we wanted him to leave, we didn't have the guts to kick him out. I knew that if he didn't live with us, he'd commit to his new lifestyle full time, and it wouldn't be long before the police caught on to his contractual obligations. We kept thinking that maybe he'd come to his senses and go back to school. We didn't realize how wrong we were until it was too late. When Kevin was in his senior year of high school and we brought up college applications, my wife and I were stunned when Kevin said he wasn't planning on going to college. He said he wanted to work with Hector in the family business. He didn't think it was fair that he had to waste 4 years in college and then struggle with student loans when his brother was making 6 figures a year solving problems for people. My wife broke down crying and begged him to reconsider. "Kevin, if you go down this path, there's no coming back from it," she sobbed. "You'll be looking over your shoulder for the rest of your life." But he didn't care. "You're taking people's lives, Kevin," I said. "Your brother is a monster." The more we pleaded, the more resentful he became. I was sitting in my garage one night, staring at my toolbox and wondering where I went wrong as a father, when Kevin came out and sat next to me. I begged him to please just explain why he wanted to throw his life away like this. That's when he dropped the bombshell. He told me Hector had been grooming him for this since he was 14 years old. While we thought we were protecting Kevin from whatever Hector was really doing, Hector had been showing him photos of his jobs, teaching him about weapons, and telling him that college was for suckers when you could make 50 grand per hit. "Dad, Hector showed me pictures of what he does to people," Kevin said, completely emotionless. "He's been teaching me how to use a sniper rifle since I was 15. He says I'm a natural. Why would I want to be some boring lawyer when I could retire by 30? My heart stopped. That same night, I went down to the basement and found Hector cleaning a rifle. I grabbed every weapon, every piece of equipment, every blood-stained tarp, and dragged it all out to the backyard. "You sick freak!" I screamed at him, finally letting out years of suppressed horror. "You turned our basement into a death factory and corrupted your own brother. Get out of my house." But Hector just laughed. He looked at me with dead eyes and said, "Old man, I make more in a month than you'll see in 5 years. And Kevin's already got his first client lined up. Thanks for the free room and board while I built my empire. I think you know what'll happen to you if you ever talk." Then he walked away, got in his Porsche, and drove off into the night. That was 3 years ago, and I haven't heard from him since. Kevin, on the other hand. Let me just say the FBI came to our door last month asking questions about our youngest son. Apparently he's now Hector 2.0, and they've linked him to at least 6 unsolved murders across 3 states. My wife and I don't sleep anymore. We've changed our names, sold the house, and moved across the country. Every time the phone rings, we're terrified it's either the police telling us our sons are dead, or it's one of them, warning us that the next hit is going to be a little close to home. People ask me if I still love my sons. The honest answer is that the boys I raised died years ago. The guys walking around out there wearing their faces are monsters I don't recognize. And the worst part? I know it's partly my fault for not stopping it sooner.